Hi, I'm Stephen. When continuity replaces direction as the primary goal, the change is usually quiet. What becomes visible from a structural dynamics lens is a shift in what the system is organized to preserve. Direction depends on reference. It requires an articulated orientation towards something not yet realized. That orientation has to be revisited and sometimes adjusted. Continuity does not require that. It only requires persistence. The system remains in motion. The line does not break. Over time, structures learn which behaviors are easier to sustain. Actions that preserve continuity are legible. They can be scheduled, measured, and repeated. Actions that clarify direction tend to introduce uncertainty. They slow things down. Structurally, they become heavier. As this repeats, feedback loops change. Signals that reward activity grow louder. Signals that point toward alignment grow quieter. The system does not reject direction. It simply stops being organized around it. Constraints also reconfigure. Directional moves often create short-term disruption. They interrupt flow and require explanation. Moves that preserve continuity appear neutral, even responsible. Gradually, disruption itself is treated as risk regardless of whether it is directional or destructive. This is rarely enforced by explicit rules. It happens through accumulation. Directional actions take longer. They require more justification. Eventually they are avoided, not because they are wrong, but because they are expensive. Coordination shifts rather than disappears. When direction weakens as a shared reference, people synchronize around process. Routines hold. Outputs continue. The system stays coherent, but that coherence is procedural. Continuity begins to validate itself. The fact that the system is still operating becomes evidence that it is functioning. Motion stands in for orientation. What is visible here is not inactivity. Activity may be high, change may be frequent, but those changes occur within a frame that protects ongoing operation. Reorientation, which would require stepping outside that frame, becomes structurally unlikely. No one has to choose this. The structure makes the choice repeatedly through incentives, friction, and what is easiest to maintain. The system continues, and in continuing, it gradually loses the conditions that make reorientation easy.